Hello viewers, welcome to today's episode of Real Talk with Papa Martins. Today I'm excited to have a very special guest in the studio. In due course, our guest will be introducing herself. Thank you and God bless you. Hello viewers, welcome to Real Talk with Papa Martins. Today on this episode, I have a very special guest in the house. I'm so excited that we are privileged to have her in the studio today. My guest is here, a woman of international repute, excellent in what she does. She will be introducing herself to us. Thank you. Yes, my guest, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you, Martins.
It's exciting to have you in the studio today. Amazing. Thank you for coming. Please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Sure, I must say that I'm also excited to be here. My name is Sheila Mmboga. I'm the founder of Financial Wellness Center, as well as a financial consultant certified from United States of America.
Wow. So amazing to have Sheila in the house today. I've been engaging with her online, on phone, but today I'm having her live and direct in the studio, and I'm really excited about that. And I want you to take your seat, grab some popcorn. We're going to have a show of a lifetime today because our guest is going to be taking us through some very important topic on financial literacy post-COVID-19. Welcome once again.
Thank you.
And kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel on Real Talk with Papa Martins. We are also on Instagram on Real Talk with Papa Martins and on TikTok on Martins Anthony _73. Thank you and God bless you as you enjoy the show. So I want to start by asking this very important question. When we talk about financial literacy, what exactly are we saying?
Thank you for that great question. When you talk about financial literacy, it's basically learning the principles of money and utilizing them to achieve your financial goals. Now, a lot of people stop at learning the money principles, but they don't put them into action. So they are not able to achieve their financial goals. Now, in such an instance, they have not completed the financial literacy equation. Because for the equation to be completed, you have to learn, put it into action, then you see the results. Yes.
You learn, you put it into action, and then you see the result. So what might be the dangers of not having adequate knowledge on financial literacy?
Allow me to quote the scripture, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. Now, if we lack financial literacy, you will perish, not necessarily dying, but you'll find yourselves having to suffer certain financial issues, such as you might get into massive debts that you're not able to repay. You might be stressed out financially. You might find yourself not being able to use the money that you're getting accordingly, so you'll forever be broke. Yes.
So I don't know if I'm asking one question in different ways.
Okay.
So I will want to ask, so what is the importance of financial literacy?
That's a great question. One major importance of financial literacy is that it gives you peace of mind. We all are looking for peace of mind. So when you are fully equipped with financial education, you know what to do and how to do it. So you have this peace that comes upon you because you know that I know what I need to do if I'm in debt. I know what I need to do if I want to achieve this money goal. I know what to do when I need to save. So that is the first major importance of acquiring financial literacy. The other one is you'll be able to live a comfortable life while still achieving your financial goals. Most people, you find they are not able to achieve their financial goals comfortably because they don't know what to do. So you find someone, they stay hungry every day because they're trying to save so that they can invest, or let's say buy land or whatever. So that is not living a comfortable life. When you have financial education, you are able to live a comfortable life while still achieving your financial financial goals. And another thing is that you tend to reduce the stress level associated with money. A certain research that was done recently, it showed that people who truly acquired financial literacy and they put it into action, they have less stress as compared to someone who doesn't know anything about finances. And remember, money is a basic need. We are basically handling money every single hour of our life. So you can imagine if you do not know how to use it, then it's going to definitely hurt you. I always say money is a tool that can help or hurt you. Yes.
Money is a tool that can help or hurt you. So basically, how much of education does one need to be financially literate?
I wouldn't say there is a specific amount of education one needs, but there are some fundamental principles everyone needs to have. Because even if when you're building a house, the foundation matters a lot. So there are financial foundations that each of us need to acquire, such as you need to know about budgeting. You need to at least have a rough idea what a budget is, not just waiting until your government announces the budget for the year. That's when you know about budgeting. You need to know about budgeting. You need to know about saving. You need to know about investing. You need to know about debt management. You also need to know how to bless yourself. Because I've come across people who they know about budgeting, they know about saving, investing, debt management, but they forget about themselves. They're not able to pay themselves first. They're not able to even enjoy the money they're looking for. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. So there is no basic educational qualification for being financially literate.
Yeah.
That leads me to the next point. So who can be financially literate? How much money do you need to have to acquire that?
Anyone can be financially literate so long as you are able to know this is money. You can buy it with something. That is to tell you that for even a child who is as young as 3 years old, they need to start being exposed to financial literacy. Now, there is no something that you can say, okay, this is for this class of people. No, it's for everyone. As I just mentioned earlier, money is a basic need that you're all handling at some given point. So everyone needs to have it regardless of your status or your class or your age. We all need to have it. So to those that are watching us, if you're having a kid who is like 3 years old, this is the best time you need to start laying the foundation. In instances like most people, not just in Africa but globally, we grew up in households that either they didn't know about financial literacy, or they knew and they didn't focus on exposing us to that. Then you need to start now to acquire financial literacy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. So anyone can be financially literate.
Yes.
You did mention earlier that to save yourself some of the stress of life. And you also mentioned some have the money, they have the knowledge, but they don't bless themselves. Expatiate on that.
Blessing yourself means you need to take time and enjoy the things that you always desire to have. We all have needs and we all have wants. Needs are things that you cannot live without, but wants is something that you can live without, but when you have it, it makes you feel good. So it's very important for us to learn to do that for ourselves. It's not a crime for you to go for a vacation. It's not a crime for you to get an experience, but there is a process for that. It would be a crime if you're going for vacation under debt and you don't even have an income. That is a crime. But if you have an income, you have budgeted, you have saved for it, then you have even multiplied that money, you're now going to enjoy the profits that are coming from there, then that is absolutely recommended. So blessing yourself means that you are securing aside some money that you can at least enjoy life. I don't know if you've seen people who you're told that they are the millionaires in the estate or wherever, but if you look at them, you're like, if this is how a millionaire should live, I'm because they are so stingy on themselves. They don't want to um, have the luxuries that come with the hard work they put in. Yes.
Wow.
Actually, let me just interject. Someone said hard work without play makes Jack a dull boy. So you need to work hard, and at the same time, you need to set some time aside for play and save for it. Yes.
Wow. If you are just joining the show, this is Real Talk with Papa Martins. In the studio today, we have Sheila Mmboga. She is the international founder of Financial Awareness Center, and she's also a financial expert of international repute. Now, the Bible says, money answereth all things. And the Bible says money is a defense. A lot of people don't like talking about money, yet they need money. And this is very important for us. That is why we put up shows like this, so that everybody can have a basic understanding of how to manage their finances. I wanted to also put this across. How much money does one need to have to be able to say, I want to learn about finances?
I would say maybe zero, because it's the mindset before the assets. You can have as much money as you think, but if your mindset is not worked on first, then that money will run away from you. So you first need to change your mindset, then you can now acquire financial literacy. And now financial literacy can be acquired in various forms. We have the School of Life. I had it called School of the People, YouTube. You can go there and Google. You can Google even my name, and you'll find there are so many videos, and other experts have done the same about finances, which you can learn from them. There are also books that you can read, and some books cost even as low as 300 Kenya shilling. So that is something that you can afford, or you can save up to it. Again, if you really want to work with a consultant, or you need to work with someone on a one-to-one basis, that one depends with the person or the consultant you approach. But I would say the best thing you need to do first is to try work on yourself as an individual. Work on your mindset, so that by the time you're meeting a consultant, you've done 50% of the work. You see, I cannot change your mindset if you're not ready and willing to do that. If you're coming to me, I'll just tell you this is what needs to be done. Now it's up to you to work on that. But you have to play almost 80% of the work. You have to do it, and you have to be prepared for that. And as always, it starts from the mind. Yes.
Mindset.
Yes.
So I have to be prepared to learn and to apply what I'm learning.
Yes.
Yeah. So where does discipline and consistency come in the matter of financial literacy?
Where they come in, that's a that's a hard one. But I would say, you said discipline and consistency. I think you start with consistency, then consistency helps you to build the discipline. Reason being, I'll give an example. If I start to save 1,000 shillings every single month, if I consistently do that for 6 months, I will have acquired a discipline of saving. But if I start forcing myself that let me be disciplined to save, I may not be consistent. So you have to start you have to start by being consistent with whatever you're doing. For example, you've just learned about budgeting, maybe from this show. You need to start by trying to budget for the week, then you go for 2 weeks, then you go for a month, then like that. That is consistency. You're consistently looking at your budget. You're consistently putting aside some money. Then, discipline is not something that I can put inside you. It is birthed from the consistency. It becomes like part of you now. And now, when you are consistent, you're now able to say no. That is where discipline comes in, because sometimes it's very hard to say no to certain things. For example, if you're an impulse buyer, it's very hard to say no to a nice thing if you're going to pass by it. But when you are disciplined, you remember that, okay, I can say no today because I need to achieve this. So discipline comes under consistency, and discipline helps us to be able to say no when need arises.
Wow, discipline, consistency. So consistency leads us to discipline.
Yes.
Okay. And talking about budgeting, average African homes do little or no budgeting.
Yes.
People spend, like you said, impulsive buyers. People spend on impulse, or they have it at the back of their mind what they think they need. So where does a well-documented financial plan come into financial literacy? Is it part of it? Is it one of the disciplines that you learn in financial literacy? Is budgeting part of documenting your financial plan?
Yeah, budgeting should be part of documenting your financial plan, because a budget is a roadmap to your finances. It guides you and helps you know where your money is running or is going. Now, there are people in finance, we also acknowledge there are people who cannot budget, basically. For them, it doesn't work. But for such people, you basically, you come up with a system for them that allows them to at least save and invest a certain percentage of their income, then they can use the remaining. However, budgeting is very key. We always encourage people that you need to make it be part of your financial plan, because it will tell you that, okay, this month you've spent this amount, you need to either increase your income or reduce your expenses. Now, budgeting, there are various types of budgets, and the one that is very common in very many African households is the mental budgeting, whereby you budget everything in your head, and which is very, very bad, because we think a lot of things in a span of 24 hours. You cannot remember the things that you have bought for the last 7 days. But when you are writing it down, when you are putting it in an app, you'll be so surprised to see that you've spent a lot of money, or you've been spending less money than needed. So we always encourage people, there is power in noting down. It can be on pen and paper, or it can be on a notepad or an app, because it will help you know, okay, my money is going this place. And it will also answer the question where people say, I earn money, but I don't know where it goes. And some people will come to you and say, cast demons out of me because they are taking my money. But the real thing is that this person, there is no demon associated with that. It's them not budgeting now. They are not able to tell where their money is going. So we encourage people to at least have a budget. It will tell you where your money has been going, and it will help you plan yourself for future and even at the point you're in.
Wow.
Yeah.
So budgeting is very important. Try to document something when it comes to your finances. It helps you. You said it's a roadmap.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. So now, the COVID pandemic created a lot of crises globally.
Yeah.
Organizations, businesses were shut down. Some laid off staff, and some put their staff on half pay, and some lead to kind of some what we call drug here.
Yeah.
These SMEs and what have you. A lot of them laid off their staff, and right now people are kind of building from the scratch.
Yeah.
So the question to you is, as someone who wants to rebuild life post-COVID, where could they source for finance? A lot of people ask, I don't have collateral to go to the bank, and I do not come from a very wealthy family. So what are the sources where people can raise funds when they want to build their lives?
That's a great question. There are very many sources where we can raise funds, and the first one I always recommend is try to pull resources from family and friends, not in form of a debt, but letting them help you. I believe you know someone that I would be needing, or someone who can help someone. So when you try to do that, it helps you, which we call like gift or friends and family kind of gift, which will help you jumpstart again your business. Now, we know we are in very harsh economic times, and this may not work for most people, because maybe if all your friends you are affected, then where will they get the money to give you for the business? But that should be your first option. Then the second option would be looking for investors who can buy into your idea or your business. Now, this is where your previous bookkeeping records come in place. Because if I come and tell you I had a business, it was doing well, then it collapsed, I need you to help me finance the business back. I'll ask you, can I see the balance sheet of your business? How was it making profit? Where is the paperwork? Then if I am interested with what you're telling me and I see the numbers, then I can give you that benefit of doubt, like this is something we can reinvest in again and support you. So you can look for investors who can invest in your idea to help you kickstart the business or jumpstart it again. Then the other option is again, if you do not have a collateral, then this is where you have to look around and declutter your house. If you're having something that you're not using, then you may consider trying to sell it out so that you can get the capital to run the business. Then now the last and not least, or the last option should be approaching any financial institution, because there are some financial institutions they can, maybe for example you have some savings, they can choose to give you maybe 80% of your saving as a loan, using your saving as a collateral. This is mainly done in SACCOs or credit unions in other countries, whereby if you have been saving with them, maybe you have like 50,000, they can give you 80% of that 50,000 as a loan, using your 50,000 as a collateral. So you see, that way you've gotten some capital to help you run the business. And now the last one I would say is, aside from financial institution, you may look into government departments. There are departments that are going to help that help people to start their business, especially if you're in Kenya. We have the youth fund that helps to start businesses for SMEs or young people. So there are very many ways you can get capital. The problem is your idea viable enough, or is that business viable enough to be able to bring back returns?
This is so amazing. 3 things has come out very clearly. You've talked about our bookkeeping.
Yes.
And I want to address this to those who are small traders, those who are into retail shops and what have you.
Yeah.
Do you have a record of your business? You buy and you sell. Do you have invoices that you are keeping? Do you have a way of tracking your profits, your expenditures, your investment, how money comes in and money goes out? Because at some point in the future, this might stand against you. You might have very good ideas and good intention, but if there is no evidence to back you up that you've succeeded in that thing you are trying to seek help for, then nobody will believe in you, because there's no track record. Though you have it in your mind, and your investors are not living in your mind. This is really, really important. The second thing you've mentioned is saving. Saving, no matter how small, have a savings account somewhere, either in a SACCO, credit union, or table banking sort of. So that in case you run into trouble like we are globally, there will be a way for you to be cushioned from the effect of such. That's why we are talking about money post-COVID-19. And the other thing that has come out so strongly now that I need you to expatiate on is the issue of the idea. Talking about something like a feasibility study. So you need to have something concrete to present to someone to attract them to want to invest in that vision. So how do you put that professionally?
You put that professionally through doing research on your part, and then you have to come up with a business plan, and then go to a business proposal. Now, where most people fail is the research part. So you find someone, they're writing a business plan, but when you go on ground, they don't have enough data or statistics that can that can be as pointers of the business plan, as well as help you come up with a good proposal. Now, you might find that you have a great idea, but it's not for that locality you're in. Maybe you are in a locality where all the people are old, and the idea you have, one of the things is that it uses technology, and it's like the main infrastructure system for that idea. Now, chances are high, if those people are old, and I mean old here, 70 or 60 and above, I mean, you can't start telling a 70-year-old, like, I have an ad on Facebook, you need to check it out. They might check it out, but not with the zeal and excitement a young person would be. So you need to as well, like, look in the locality you are in, who are the market for this idea? What are the needs in that market? Because you might find you have a very great idea, but nobody in that market needs it. In that case, if there is nobody in that market needing that idea, then you have to come up with a strategy of making them need it. For example, in 2018, if you could have spoken about a mask, I mean, who wanted a mask? Nobody. Even if you could have created so many or brought that idea, people would laugh at you. But you see, a need was created for the mask. There came COVID. So that was a need created for something else aside from the main problem. There was also a need for vaccination that came as a result of this incident. So you need to find out this idea that I'm having before I can put it out there before people or investors. Is it viable? Is there a need for that? If there is no need for that, can I be able to make people need it? Because for sure you can make people need it. Not in a bad way with COVID, but there are other ways you can make people need it. And then you have to look at the demography of the people you are looking to serve. Is that idea going to serve the people in that locality? There are other areas you go to, you find it's only young people who live there. So it would be very weird for you to come with a product that maybe needs an investment of 30 million, 40 million. And maybe those people are just students or they're just finishing school. So you also need to look at your demography. You also need to look at the location you're in. There are certain products, they might work in a certain location and they may not work in another location. Now that is just researching. Now after you've researched and you've known, okay, this idea is going, this is what is on the ground, and this is how my idea is going to merge into that, then you can now come to creating a business plan. Now this is where you have to identify, okay, this is the match that I would need. You break it down. How will I utilize it? Then now you go to a business proposal where you write how the idea is going to be. You've already done the organizational structure. Then now you're telling the person who would be willing to invest in you that if you are going to invest in me, this is what you're projecting to be our profit. This is the time period you're projecting the business to have break even. So, and this is the benefit you're going to get. Because honestly, I'm not going to invest in something that I'm not benefiting unless I'm a non-profit organization. Even then, there's something they have to benefit from that. So your proposal needs to highlight that as well. Yes.
When we come back, we shall be talking about how you package yourself for visibility. Real Talk will be back. Yeah, welcome back. This is still Real Talk with Papa Martins, and Sheila is still in the house. Now we want to see, having put our business plan into place and everything that is required to set up a business. So how do we package ourselves? If I want to start a business right now, and I've done everything you have said, and probably I've even found an investor. So what do I require to put myself in the marketplace, to package myself? Do I just go there and start selling, or what do I need?
need to first work on yourself as an individual, because we have different languages. We have a language you speak when you come before kings. You have a language you speak when you come before your peers. You have a language you speak when you come to your customers. So you need to learn, because communication is key. You need to learn how to communicate at different levels. That is the first thing, because you might be having all that written very well in paper, but when you stand there, you cannot articulate yourself very well. So you have to work on you, especially as a person when it comes to communication skills. Know how to talk to your investors, your customers, your peers, and everyone. Then after that, you need to brand yourself. We cannot talk much or re-emphasize on the importance of personal branding. You cannot be telling me you're selling certain things, but when I look at you, you don't look like that thing you're selling. It's like someone telling you they're selling something, but their look itself tells you the person needs help before selling that thing. So you need to work on that, and that goes down to grooming. That goes down to having interpersonal skills. You need to know how to approach people, and this also comes under the non-verbal cues, because you might be very good at communicating, like talking and all that, but your non-verbal cues need to be also at par with what you're bringing out. Then after you've worked on your personal branding, now you need to do the marketing. Nobody just wakes up and becomes famous. You have to tell people about you. You have to be loud about your business. Like, for example, for me, if you just Google Sheila Mmboga, you'll see financial wellness, because I've been so loud about it, because it's my business. So you need to be very loud about your business. And now there are people who come and say, I'm an introvert, let's say. I'm an introvert, I don't like people knowing what I'm doing. Then in such an instance, you'll have to hire someone to be loud about what you do, or the business that you are working on. And then this leads me to even our social accounts. You cannot tell me you're a business person in a certain area, and when I go to your social account, all I see is memes from January to December, or I see very interesting things aside from what you are saying that you are doing. So that matters a lot, especially our social platforms. They really matter, because almost half of the world's population is on social media. Now imagine you're trying to tell people you're selling or you're doing this business, and then when they just go to your social media accounts, they don't see that thing that you're trying to tell them. So sometimes it's very important for us to be very loud about what we do on our social accounts, because you'll get customers from there. And then another way to be visible now is where you have to get a digital marketing strategy, which you can learn on your own, or you can get a digital marketing consultant to do that for you. Yes.
Now, talking about digital marketing, now, what do you mean by digital marketing? Just for a layman. I mean, somebody's doing the M-Pesa shop, not working for another, but working for himself. And he's asking in his head, oh, this madam is talking about digital marketing. What does that mean?
Digital marketing means, I'll put it in a layman's way, talking about your business on social channels or digital channels. So for example, if I'm going to market my business, when I put a post on Facebook about that business, that is digital marketing. When I'm going to do like a search engine optimization, that is digital marketing, such that if someone Googles, for example, shoes in this location, my business should pop up. If I'm going to register my business in the Google map, such that if anyone Googles maybe a beauty parlor in this place, my business should pop up because I have registered it in that Google map location. That is basically digital marketing. When you're posting something on Instagram or a video or TikTok, telling people about what you're doing, that is digital marketing. Now, you might say for people who are not on social media, who are not digitized yet, how do they do visibility? This is where now the not really old school, but the traditional ways of marketing yourself come in. Posters, you're telling people by word of mouth. If it's a physical shop, you're branding it with your logos and everything that you do, so that when someone is walking or passing by, they're able to spot your shop and come in, and they get attracted. It needs to be attractive as well, because some people do things and they're like, if it looks like this outside, I'm not interested in going in. So you need to make something to be attractive for people to be interested.
Wow, wow. So you need to be loud about what you do. And as we wrap this up, what is the place of passion? Because you've talked about skills, you've talked about knowledge, and you've talked about packaging. So passion and skills. I mean, what is the place of passion in marketing yourself?
Passion will make you go the extra mile. Passion will jumpstart you, but it will not keep you there. Skill will do. You can be very passionate about something, but if you're not skillful on it, you might find yourself navigating around one place. So passion is what makes you get out of bed every morning. Passion is what will make you say, I've not made a sale today, but I'll continue posting. I've not made ABCD today, but I'll continue doing. But skill is what will make you be able to be a voice in the marketplace. Remember, we have so many people. I always say, ideas are not new. They are just an upgrade of what has already existed before. So we are in a very competitive world. It is your skill that will make you stand out in the marketplace. So passion, we need to have a passion for it. Passion is what will make you even stay late in the night, wake up very early. But it's the skill that will give you excellence that will make people come or gravitate towards your products. Yes.
Wow. Passion will create opportunity for you. Skills will keep you at it.
Yes.
Yeah. So both are equally important.
Yes.
According to Sheila Mmboga.
And just to add on, most people, I'll give an example. You find someone telling you that I'm so passionate about music. Okay. The next thing you ask that person, what have you done about this passion? They're like, no, I can just sing. You need to, yes, you have passion in music. Have you harnessed that skill? Are you practicing? Are you going to stay around people who are good at that thing? That is how you'll build your skill. But if you're just passionate and you stay in your cocoon, then you'll stay there. Nobody will even identify you. I can say even in the Bible, David had to harness his skill, which brought him to the palace. He had the passion, but had it not been harnessed, he wouldn't have come to the palace. So it's we need to work on our passion. Yes.
Yeah. So develop skills in the area of your passion. Do not leave it to passion. Just like Christians leave everything to grace.
Oh yeah.
Right? They leave everything to grace. Grace will not put food on your table.
True.
But grace will open the door for you to learn how to bring food and put it on the table. As we close today, so your final thoughts.
My final thought is just do it. Whatever you feel you are called to do, have passion about it, start. Because it's until you start, it's until you take the first step of a staircase, you are able to see the top. But if you stay down here, you'll be saying this staircase is very high or something. So you need to start. Then don't stop at starting. Grow yourself. The more you grow, the more you find there are certain people who will come to your light. They won't come just because you've started. It's because you have to make your light brighter. And as you mentioned, you make your light brighter by building on your skills. The more you build your skills, the more people start gravitating towards you. But if you do not start, then you cannot be able to have the motivation to build your skills. Yes.
So get up and start. That is what Sheila is saying. Start, 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 and don't stop at starting. This is where we come to the end of the show today on Real Talk with Papa Martins. We've been talking all along today on the topic of financial literacy post-COVID-19. And I want to say a very big thank you to you, Sheila, for making time to be in the studio today. I appreciate you, and the viewers, I know our audience also appreciate you. I pray that the Lord will bless you in all your endeavors. By the way, she's been doing this for us free of charge. She's brought herself all the way to this place, into Kenya, by herself. And she's here with us today. We appreciate you. God bless you. And until I come to your view again next time, start and keep going. This is Real Talk with Papa Martins. God bless you.